Good morning, Classroom 6. I hope everybody is doing well. We made it. We made it to the end of the week and to the end of the month. Can you believe it? This is the last day that we will be together in January. Tomorrow starts a new month. Month is a good letter, M word. But what comes after January? January, February. When we come back to school next week, it's going to be February already. Can you believe it? Lots of cool stuff in February. But let's not rush things. We need to still count. Let's count together this whole calendar because that's as far as we're going to get this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Mitten or snowman, 29. I don't know if you could see that. Let me move that out of the way. 29 is a mitten. Did you say a mitten? Probably. I'm going to put it in here. And there's only 2 days, which happens to be Saturday and Sunday, left of January. So I just wanted to show you 29, 30, that's tomorrow, and there's 31 days in January. So that falls way down here off the calendar, and we're going to start a new month on Monday. Isn't that amazing? We counted all the way to 29. That's tricky. And of course, we all know what letter we're doing this week. Let me remind you. Color was green, pulled off green every day. Did you find something green in your house? Maybe. So, here's an uppercase M. You ready? You go up, down, up, down. So easy. And for a lowercase m, it's just a line down and 2 bumps. 1, 2. Lowercase m. M is an easy one because it does this. All you have to do is close your mouth. Like marshmallows. Mom. Marvelous. Of course, my favorites, M&Ms, which really don't start with an M, but it has an M in it. And the story I want to read to you today, we actually have read stories by this author before. Remember, the author is the person who writes the words. Miss Christie in Classroom 1 read you a book of hers last week, this same author. And we read a story about this subject, but someone asked me if I would read this book to the class. So today's the day I thought we should talk about mittens again. Because boy, is it cold outside. You probably need your mittens to keep your hands warm. This story is by Jan Brett, who is a fabulous author. I believe Miss Christie read The Hat to you. There are some really cool stories that she makes. And remember, there's hints if you look at the pictures. But this story is called The Mitten. Very cool story. By Jan Brett is the author. And if you notice in the corners, there will be hints. Pay attention. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as the snow. Looks like his grandma's making him mittens. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally Baba made them. He's a lucky boy. After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you're safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. Did you see that white mitten right there? He dropped it in the snow, just like his Baba said. A mole tried from tunneling along, discovered the mitten, and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. It's a tiny little mole right there. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Look, now there's two of them in the mitten. You see what's next? Let's see. Next, a hedgehog came sniffling along, having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat. So he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered in prickles, they made room. Oh my goodness, now there's three of them in there. Oh, my page came up. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Oh, do you know what talons are? They're the claws at the end of their feet. Oh my goodness, so the owl moved in too. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. That means they let him in. They said, "Come on in." That was a silly. Oh my goodness. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in, and when the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. Oh my goodness, they let the fox in too. Wow. Do you see what's next? Are you looking at the picture clues? It's right there. It's right there. Oh my goodness. A big bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. Do you think that bear's going to fit in that mitten? Let's see. The animals were packed in as tight as could be. But what was animals going to argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and it stretched. It was pulled and it bulged many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. Oh my goodness. Did he make it in? He did. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wiggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Uh-oh. Huh. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous achoo. The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. Oh no! The bear sneezed. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten silhouetted against the sky. He saw it when it popped up in the air. As he ran to catch his snow white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. Oh, there's his grandma looking for him. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens. She doesn't know he lost one of them for a while. The end. She probably wants to know why this one is so gigantic. That was a funny, silly story. I hope you enjoyed The Mitten. That was another story by author Jan Brett. She is a very good author. And I would like to finish up today with a silly song. And it's a song that you know. And it's a song that you could do with me. And it's called I'm So Mad. And sometimes people get mad. What makes you mad? I hope something else that makes you happy, though. Think a happy thing. And join me with the song. You ready? This is I'm So Mad. Get ready, listen.
This is a song about one time when I was so angry that I growled.
Growled. Oh my goodness. Let's growl.
I'm so mad I could growl.
Arr. I'm so mad I could growl. Arr.
I'm so mad. I'm so thoroughly mad.
I could growl, I could growl, I could growl. Make a mad face. Arr. Let's see what's next.
And there's the second verse. I'm so sad I could cry.
Oh. I'm so sad I could cry. I'm so sad. Make a sad face.
I'm so thoroughly sad.
I could cry, I could cry, I could cry. Oh, I don't like to be
Thank
sad.
goodness for the last verse.
Thank goodness.
I'm so glad I could laugh.
Can you laugh?
I'm so glad I could laugh. I'm so glad. I'm so
thoroughly glad. I could laugh, I could laugh, I could laugh. That was a very silly song. So I hope you enjoyed all the different things that start with the letter M. I bet you can think of a million. See you on Monday, friends. Bye-bye.